All right, we are officially live here this Friday morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so today I'm super excited that we are going to be talking about this topic. And what I'm going to do before we get into the topic is wait for everyone to start getting on. Usually it takes about a minute or two before we can really dive in. So I just want to say good morning. Welcome. Hopefully your Friday is off to a great start. Let me know in the comments if you are here. Say hello. Would love to hear from you. And I can see a bunch of you coming on now. So yeah, I'm going to give it a couple minutes here. Wait for my regulars to show up. And we will get started here. But really what I'm going to be talking about here today, I'll just kind of give you guys the gist that if you are watching this on a replay, then you'll know exactly what we're talking about here. But it's really today is talking about planting seeds. And I got a story I want to share with you, something that happened yesterday. Actually, the results were yesterday. I seen it today on how we planted one seed, and now we're starting to get a lot of traffic from that, and it's starting to grow. So it's really starting to blossom. So I'm going to be talking about that, sharing with you exactly what that seed is and also where it's planted. And then from there, how it's growing and how I think it's going to really, really do well. But it's a perfect example of us planting seeds. So let me just see here who we got. We got Mike in the house. What's up, Mike? Good morning, Captain. Good morning to you. Let's see. We got Dimitri. Good morning. Good morning. What's is it Panay? Is that how I would pronounce your name? I'm sorry. Panay, Gabriella. Karen, good morning. Lots of coffee this morning. LOL. Got mine in hand. Glad you've got yours. Deborah, what's up? Yeah, so guys, if you are just tuning in, today's topic is going to be about planting seeds in your market. I'm going to be talking about 3 different places, 3 different platforms, 3 different channels, whatever you want to call it, 3 different places that you can plant seeds. Let's just say that. And what I'm referring to a seed as, in this case, is an asset in your business, right? And we've talked about this in plenty of other, sessions together, whether it's this coffee talk, podcast, whatever. There's been a lot of talk on this because I believe in it so much. And I was proven that it worked again yesterday because we seen some really good results from this one seed that was planted. But here's the deal. Not all seeds are going to grow, or maybe they're not going to grow as fast, right? But the more that we can broadcast out there, the more that we can go ahead and put seeds into our market, the better chance we have of people coming over and really being able to find our home base, our website. So I do have a question for you guys, okay, this morning. Number 1, are you currently planting seeds in your business, in your market that lead back to your business? Are you currently right now planting seeds? Just curious, throwing it out there. Jeremy, what's up, man? How you doing? Let's see. Homera, I think that's how you pronounce it. What's up, man? How you doing? Yeah, so if you guys could let me know that in the comments, that would be awesome. The other thing is I want to let you guys know that are watching this later on the replay that if you want to watch either this one or ones that we've done in the past, you can just go right here. And I'm doing that right now because my YouTube guy is going to be putting a card up there. Okay. I was told to use my left hand. All right. So it's up there and you'll see a card that will go to a playlist. And then you can see all of the other coffee talks. Little reminder here. If you want to invite a friend, I would love that. Invite a friend over to Coffee Talk. And this way here, we can have more people like us and we can go ahead and help each other and really come together in the mornings. This is 10 a.m. Eastern time is when I'm showing up. So I just wanted to say thank you for all of you that are here live. And thank you for all of you that are watching this later. And if you are watching this later, drop a comment down there below. Let me know that you're here. And we can go ahead and we can answer any questions you guys have as well. All right, so let's get into it. All right, let's get into this topic. And I started this by titling it Planting Seeds. Planting Seeds. 3 best platforms to get steady traffic to your website by planting seeds. So what a seed basically is, like I had said, think about it as a piece of content that you create that either answers a question, okay, or maybe it gives someone information about a how-to, or maybe it gives them information about a product that they're thinking about buying, or maybe a comparison, okay? Which, by the way, the this versus this type post, they work really good, by the way. Now, there's different forms and different types of seeds that we can plant, right? And the ones that I'm talking about here are either written content, either YouTube videos, or even images, okay? And we'll talk about that here in a minute. And I'm going to share with you, I said this in the beginning, so if you're coming here a little bit late, I had something happen yesterday, and actually I seen the results this morning, but it's really, really fresh, and it's starting to really take off. And it's from a seed that we planted, probably about a month and a half ago, maybe 2 months ago. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and give you guys what that looks like and how that's even happening. So let's talk about it. So first off, you need to know what your market wants and where they are hanging out. So not all places that are out there, not all channels are good for your market. They're not all there, because you really have to figure out where your market is hanging out. Where is your market? So this way here, you can go ahead and start planting seeds, or in the bass fishing world, I always say, throw the bait in the right pond, right? It's the same idea. We want to find the best area, the best land, if you will, of where people are hanging out, so we have a better chance of attracting those people, all right? So the 3 seeds that I'm talking about is, number one, let's talk about the first type, which is website content, okay? And this is where we're really looking for Google, okay? We're looking for Google or Yahoo or Bing, any of those. And what we're really doing here is we're looking to plant a seed in the search engine. So this way here, someone does a search and it leads them back to us, okay? And if you guys are brand new, this is what we call our home base, also known as your website, okay? And so when you're putting out these seeds into the marketplace, we're driving people back to our home base, to our website. When we have them on our website, there's so much we can do, and I'm not going to get into that today. The big thing that I want you to really take away today is, what seeds can you plant in your market? Okay, what seeds can you plant in your market? Now, before you do that, you need to realize, or you need to understand, where is the best land to plant the seeds? Where are the best platforms? Because not all platforms are good for your market. Maybe like Instagram might not be your market. Okay, it's not ours, to be honest with you. But Google, almost for all markets, pretty good, right? If you're putting content on a website, you're looking for Google to index that. And what that basically means is they find it, and then they go, oh, this content answers this question, or delivers this solution, or whatever, right? Google is a search engine. So basically what we're doing here is we are just dropping these seeds out that lead people back, right? That's all that we're doing, okay? So again, Google is going to be our main search engine that we're going after. You're still going to get traffic from other search engines like Bing and Yahoo and the others, right? But Google is the one we're really looking at, okay? So you need to ask yourself, can I create written content on my website that is a seed, okay? Now, how do you create seeds? How do you get ideas for seeds? Well, what you want to do is you want to start understanding your market. So what I would do is, there's a free tool called Uber Suggest. That's a great place to start. You can also go to Answer the Public. Okay, Answer the Public. If you put in your search term or a keyword, let's say that you're going to put in bass fishing, or let's say you're going to put in woodworking, it will give you questions that are asked in that market using that as your main keyword. Okay, and this will help you, okay, get ideas of what you can write about or what type of content you can create. So that's what I would do. Okay, so that's one seed. Okay, and that's one channel, really. Okay, now, the second seed is YouTube. Now, if you are, thinking to yourself, well, I don't want to do YouTube yet because I haven't done my written content yet. Well, start with one. You don't have to do them all, but you do need to ask yourself, is my market on YouTube? Okay, and a great way to find this is by going to YouTube, the search engine, and typing in your keyword, bass fishing, and see what populates. And then start exploring what other content is being created in your market. That's it. And then you're dropping one seed by having a YouTube video. Okay. That is one seed on that market. Okay. So that's number 2 is YouTube. Okay. And again, YouTube does not have to be these elaborate videos. They can just be a how-to video or a question-based video. Okay. So it doesn't have to be long. Usually shorter is better anyway, but I would say 5 to 7 minutes would be a sweet spot. If you got to go a little longer, go a little longer. Or if you can do it in 3 minutes, do it in 3 minutes. If someone's searching for a question, they want the answer. So YouTube is another great search engine. The cool thing with YouTube, here's what happens. You're going to get found, okay? That seed that you planted on YouTube is going to get found on YouTube, but it also is found on Google. Not always, but a lot of times you'll see, if you ever do a search and you see video results coming up and they're outranking the written, it's because those are more valuable for that search according to Google. Okay. So you can show up in 2 places with one video. Okay. So that seed actually is planted in 2 different places in a sense, even though you started it on YouTube. And the third one I want to talk about today, because this is going to lead into the story that I want to share with you, is Pinterest. The reason why I like Pinterest right now, and it's been out there for a while, is because it's what we call an evergreen platform, just like YouTube, just like Google. They're basically the same. If you do a search, I guarantee this has happened to you. You've done a search for something and you found a Pinterest board that came up, or a Pinterest, picture, image, whatever, right? Google loves Pinterest because if you're searching for how to decorate your man cave or something, right? You're going to find someone's board that they did all these different ideas about that topic. And then that's going to come up in search because the board was titled Man Cave Ideas, right? Or bass fishing tips. And then that is going to get indexed, right? So do you see how I didn't throw Facebook in there? I didn't throw Instagram in there, Snapchat, TikTok, any of these other ones, right? I didn't put any of those in there. Why? Because to me, they're not evergreen. Okay. I want to plant a seed that I can get results from a year from now or a month and a half from now, which I'm about to share with you. Okay. So Pinterest is one of those platforms. Now, not all markets are on Pinterest. Okay. Maybe bass fishing isn't great for Pinterest. Maybe it's not. Okay. You got to do the research. You got to go there and see if there's boards already being created, and you're going to start learning so much about the market. It's also a great way to get content ideas. If you go to Pinterest and you find someone has a board that they created on all these different ways to catch bass, it's going to also give you ideas of written content that you can then produce for your website or your home base. You can also think about videos you could create, right? So those are the 3 platforms that I would look to start planting seeds. Okay. Now I wouldn't do them all. I would start with one, and then I would see if I can leverage that one piece of content and put it on both. So here's an example of how this could work. You write the piece of content first. It starts as a blog post. Then from there, you're like, this would make a good video. Let me shoot a video explaining exactly what is in the blog post. Then from there, you create some pinnable images that are on the blog post that can also be pinned on someone's board. But then inside your Pinterest account, you would create an image that would then link back to that blog post. And that's it. So you can basically take one idea and create all of these other little seeds that lead back to the website and the home base. All right. So that is it in a nutshell, guys. Not to get fancy here. We don't need to. Okay. Those are, to me, if you just focus on, and we talked about this on a past coffee talk, if we stay consistent, if we commit, okay, to doing stuff like this, you will see results. Okay. Some are going to be better than others, but you are going to see results. We've seen this time and time again. Right now, I am focusing on, and not counting this here, the Amazing Seller podcast, coffee talk, any of that stuff, not talking about any of that stuff right now. Okay. We're talking about brands that have nothing to do with like make money online or, getting traffic or any of that stuff. We're talking about some really, really out there niches. Okay. And so there's 1, 2, 3, there's 4 different niches that we are building currently right now. And it's following this exact process. Now, not all of them are going to lend themselves to YouTube. Okay. But some do. So we aren't doing YouTube, even though some will work right now. Right now, we're doing whatever's easiest and getting out there as quick as possible so we can get into a Yeah, what am I trying to say here? Repetition. That's what I'm trying to say. So we can just keep creating and producing and building a system. And then we can start adding those other components if we want to. Okay. But we don't have to in the beginning. All right. So we have any questions on that? Any questions on that? I want to answer any questions that you guys have. But again, I want these coffee talks to really be actionable, but also give you guys just the inspiration and motivation that you guys can get out there and do it. You don't have to get fancy. So let me share with you while you guys are asking any questions. If you do have any questions, I'm going to go into the queue here in a minute. But here's what happened. We created a blog post on our website, on our home base. So imagine this, we created a post, and then we created, and this is before we really even knew what we were doing with Pinterest, by the way. We had a graphic created, okay? Actually, someone on my team created it. Wasn't pretty, by the way. Wasn't pretty at all. Okay, you look back at it, you're like, ooh, boy, eesh, it's not the best image. Still did it, though, because we're like, you know what? Something is better than nothing, okay? So we created the account, the Pinterest account. We had a few boards created, and we basically created that same pin, or we took that same pin and we put it on our blog post, which was about a month and a half ago, maybe even 2 months ago, okay? And now we're talking a month and a half, 2 months later, we're starting to see that thing take off. And so yesterday alone, we had over 300, and I believe it's 82 or 83 visitors from Pinterest. Okay. And I would say probably a third or maybe even half of them came from that one pin. Okay. So my point is this, that thing only got maybe 5 visits a day for the longest time. But now someone took that pin from our post and they repinned it on their board, and that's what got it going. And now we're starting to see this thing really start to tick up. So yesterday we had over 1,180 page views to that one site. Okay, which means if we keep this up, which I think this is going to even increase, we're going to be over 30,000 page views on a site that's less than 7 months old. Okay. It's crazy, but how do we do it? We don't overcomplicate it. We keep it simple. We plant seeds. We have a home base. We use whatever we can to get there quick. Okay. We answer a lot of questions through blog posts and website content. We do how-tos. We do product reviews. That is it, guys. Like, not complicating it. And like I've said before, if we can get traffic, we can turn that into money. And we're already starting to monetize one of the brands. Well, actually, out of the 4 brands, there's one that's already been monetized for a while, but there's one that we're starting. It's like under 7 months old. And usually we're like, oh, should we start monetizing it? We decided to, because we're getting enough traffic now. And we're going to break $100 this month on that, which doesn't sound like a lot, but let me just tell you something. It starts with $100, and that $100 can go to $5,000 per month just on ad revenue traffic. Not even counting, affiliate products, not even counting, physical products, none of that stuff. Okay. So I know that is the process. And right now I'm seeing really good signs on these brands, but it's following the same process. It's staying consistent. It's what it is. And picking the platform, the one that that you can show up on a regular basis. All right. Produce those seeds, plant them. Okay. That's the key. All right. Let's get into the comments. See what you guys got for me. All right. And guys, let me know. Was that helpful? Give me a yes or a no. And if it wasn't, tell me why. What do you need? What do you need me to say or to explain to make it be like, wow, Scott, yes, I get it, man. I'm going to plant some seeds. All right. I want you guys to feel that because I want you to do it. All right. Because all of this doesn't mean anything unless you go out there and start planting seeds. All right. I want you to plant seeds and come back a month from now and go, Scott, I planted some seeds. I'm starting to see them grow. Cool. All right. So let's get into it. Okay. Someone had posted here, planning to start soon. And it says Facebook user. If you guys can, if it's saying that for you, it just means that you have an approved StreamYard, which is the platform. If you can just drop your name in there, let me know who you are. I'd love to give you a shout out. Yes, we are planting a lot. Karen says, I know you are. And, yeah, you're a farmer. You're out there planting some seeds. Okay. Renee, what's up? Awesome tea. And, maybe you made a mistake. Maybe you think my name is Steve. It's actually Scott, by the way, Renee. Can a video also live on your website, or does it slow it down? I'm not sure what that is. I think it was just a mistype. Can I video live on your website? Can you put a live video on your website? You can. It could slow it down. Mike, checked with my wife yesterday and saw that she has 1.3 million views monthly on Pinterest. How should we leverage those views? It's all focused on organic skincare, our category. Okay, listen here. There's something different on monthly views, okay, or impressions and clicks, okay? I'm talking about clicks, okay? I want clicks. Impressions, they don't mean anything to me, okay? The only thing it means to me is if I see a lot of impressions on one pin, then I would say then that thing has potential, right? There's 20,000 impressions on a pin, it's getting exposure, right? My question to you would be, what are the clicks to website? Okay, what are clicks to website? Okay, I know for a fact on one brand right now, well, we're getting thousands on one brand, but that one there is like 3 years old. The newer ones, we're really seeing good signs. We're going to be over 2,000 to 3,000 visitors, clicks over to the website. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at. So with that many, that sounds great. 1.3 million, yay! How many people are actually going to the website? That's the number we really want to look at, Mike. What types of content do you post on Pinterest? How do you research what works? Don't spend too much time there. You do want to do a little bit of research and see exactly what people are, but really, what are your keywords? That board is going to be keyword related or specific, and you're going to create multiple boards on that. So just do the same thing. Go into your search bar and type in whatever your keyword is and let it fill. Let it auto fill in for you. That's how you would do it. And you know what? I should probably do a little timeout here real quick before we get too far along. Couple things. Number one, let me know. We can go in so many different areas here. Is there a topic you want me to cover that's around this right here in a little bit more depth on a coffee talk? Let me know in the comments. So this way here, I can take note and then I can create a topic for a more specific. So I want you guys to tell me, what do you want me to go deeper into? A lot of times for me, it's about audience building, attention in the market, traffic, right? Creating content, email list building, all of those things. I know we can go in different areas. So you guys let me know a little bit more of where you want to see some upcoming coffee talks. All right. So what type, like I said, so what type of content? The content is basically images. So you got to play, you got to test. But ours have been very, very basic. They've been designed mainly in Canva or in just a basic version of Photoshop Elements. So basically just, it's really, really basic. They're clean. They're good looking, but you can find a template and just use it in Canva and just go from there. What I would say is don't overthink it. Something is better than nothing. Okay. Say that with me. Something is better than nothing. All right. Okay. Web-based content first. Yes, I would always, if you're starting on YouTube, then I would take that video on YouTube, embed it on my website and create a blog post that supports the video. You always want to have content that's being built on your own land. Okay. YouTube is rented land. Pinterest is rented land, right? They're all rented. Our website is ours. Okay. So just make sure you remember that. Jennifer, what's up? Food morning. Good morning. Can we get access to your daughter's talk on Pinterest? Karen, I believe you're in BCA, aren't you? I think you are. Correct me if I'm wrong. Right now, that training is inside of Brand Creators Academy. We are in talks of possibly doing a standalone training in Pinterest. Yeah, we haven't really done anything outside of BCA for that. We're also experimenting on like 4 different brands. So we're still testing and tweaking and learning and all of that stuff. Let's see. Kate, what's up? Thanks for coming, Kate. Let's see here. Good morning from Justin. What's up, Justin? From Australia. Okay, cool. We got you guys all coming in the house. Awesome. Let's see here. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm just reading here. When you say ad revenue traffic, are you referring to monetizing your YouTube visitors? You can. That's another side benefit of having videos on YouTube. But no, I'm talking about right on your website. So if you're on your website, you can start with Ezoic ads. You can then go to Mediavine, and then from there, AdThrive. Those are the different tiers. Ezoic, I believe, is 10,000 page views is what you need. And then Mediavine is 25,000, and then AdThrive is 100,000. So just to kind of give you, but yes, you can monetize on YouTube as well and kind of double dip a little bit. Let's see here. Okay. Blog content for how and product reviews. How to, I think is what you meant. Yeah, you want how to. Questions. Questions are the easiest to get started with. You have 3 buckets, okay? You have questions, how to, products. 3 buckets. Fill them with content. Start creating, start publishing, start planting those seeds. Justin, currently going through Take Action Effect. Great book. Thanks, man. Boom. So you got yourself a copy. Awesome. And I appreciate you grabbing it. And I don't usually mention the book all that much on this podcast. I probably should on this coffee talk. See, I'm so used to doing the podcast. If you want to grab a copy of this, takeactioneffect.com, takeactioneffect.com. And basically this talks all about how to build your future-proof business, but also really about how to get through the head trash and really just get out of your own way. And it really talks a lot about the journey and the steps that I've taken to get to where I am and where I'm going, which, by the way, something is going to be happening here. We've already set on the date. This is something that's been happening in the background. I'm finally ready. And it's something I've been wanting to do for about 2 years. It has to do with the podcast. I'm not going to give any more away, but I'm going to say that second week in May, I think May 11th is when we are going to officially make this a reality. So I will let you guys know on Coffee Talk. I will let you know before that episode airs what it is. So if you're here on the Coffee Talks, guess what? I'm going to let you guys know first. Pretty excited about it. A little nervous about it, to be honest, but it's also, it's one of these inside of here. It's a take action moment. I'm going to be taking action, facing some doubt, facing some fear, and all of that stuff that we always face because I have for years. And every time I push through, every time I trust the gut, it leads me to where I'm supposed to go. And this book helps with that. But I just want to share that with you guys. So again, when you're on these coffee talks, our little coffee talk crew here, our take action crew, I'm still not sure what I'm going to call it. I like take action crew. I do like that. I'm going to share it with you guys here because you guys are dedicated and loyal. So I love it. So I'm going to be sharing that as well. Jennifer, it's all helpful. How much work is it to plant the seeds? Well, Jennifer, it depends. It doesn't have to be hard, but people make it hard. So I would say the best seeds that I like to plant right now, if I'm not the face of the brand, like this here, I'm the face, right? So this here could be a little bit harder for people, right? I'm showing up every single day. In a sense, I'm planting seeds, okay? So right now, I'm recording this with you live, okay? If you're watching this on the replay, you're watching the replay. The seed has been planted. This video will live on, okay? A podcast episode, when I do that, it lives on iTunes, but it also lives on my blog, Plant a Seed, right? So everything that I'm doing, I'm technically planting seeds. Now, this on Facebook is not really necessarily a seed, even though you can still watch it on Facebook later. It's not a searchable piece of content. That's what I call a seed. So yes, we want to plant seeds throughout the market. It's not hard. And I would find the thing that you can do the easiest and do that. But I do like written content. I love written content because of that. And I don't like writing, by the way. So I hire a writer and be $30, $40 to write an article. That's all I've done with these brands that I'm building inside of Brand Creators Academy, by the way. That's all I've done. I've just hired writers. And from there, they're planting the seeds for me, right? They're my farmers. I'm just the farmer, the lead farmer that's basically finding where I want to plant my crop. And then I just go plant. I love this analogy, but I don't even know where it came from. Maybe it's because my father grew up in a farming community. He was a farmer, 9 brothers and sisters. My grandfather was a farmer. Maybe that's where it's coming from. I don't know. I like that analogy though. Okay. Yes, Salama. Salama, are you here? Salama. Oh, I see Salama over here. Toronto. I was at BL, Texas, and which awesome. Would say the ideal word count in the content post would be. Okay, this is an Instagram question. How long does a post have to be? I'm going to pull a Chris Schaefer here. It depends. And I would not get hung up on the length. I would get hung up on getting it created, but also giving the answer or giving the content that will help that person that's searching for it. So as long as it needs to be, but I have a minimum of 1,500 words, if that helps. Okay. Kate, yes, that was helpful. Simple and easy to do. Well, some of them. YouTube is a stretch for me. Yeah. So let me ask you on YouTube, what's the stretch? Is it getting on camera? Is it getting made, getting camera ready? Like, what is the sticking point? Because you can probably overcome that. You know what I mean? You can totally overcome that. Okay. Let me just go ahead. Looks like a call was coming through there. Sorry about that. All right. Let's see here. Moving down the list. I'm not sure why my name is not showing up. I'm doing exactly what I have done to come on these lives. Yeah, I don't know either. That's strange. So maybe just in the comment, just let me know who you are, because I'll probably recognize you. Your book strategy would be good topic. Oh, why downloadable? Oh, okay. So doing one on a book strategy, as far as like creating a somewhat of a guide of some kind, like creating this for your market so people can either buy it or download it for free. Because there's two different ways you can do it. You can create this right here, which, by the way, this was all created from audio, by the way. I wrote this after the fact. Let's just say that. Had everything turned into words, and then I went in and edited it. But I did not start with paper. So I could go through that 100%. Like it's a process. It's not hard. And that's how I've done a lot of my stuff, because that's the way. I don't like writing on a blank piece of paper or a text doc. I like to start and just kind of map it out, and then I'll record. This here is a paid version of that, which is $4.99, which by the way, if you want a copy, it's brandcreatorsbook.com, brandcreatorsbook.com. And it's basically the whole process mapped out for you in detail, everything, screenshots, every step along the way. But you can also do a free version where you give it away for free. An example of that would be brandcreators.com. So if I go to my little banner thing here, I can do this, brandcreators.com. That is a free download. That isn't a book, but it's a checklist or a mini guide. Okay. And it's basically, it's our brand growth validation checklist. It allows you to identify in your market if you can even create content, what types of content create, what platforms that you would want to go on, and so on. So that's basically what that allows you to do. It allows you to see your market from a different lens. Okay. So definitely check that out. Let's see. Okay, that was already displayed. Okay, here. I need a better sound. Can you share the mic setup you're using? There's a video going to be coming out, guys, and it's going to be everything right here that we have set up here on this little mini set. Everything down to, the mic, the light, the camera, and the computer and the mixer. But with that being said, you don't need all of this. My recommendation to you would be, this is a Rodecaster. Okay. Or I'm sorry. Is this the Rodecaster? It's I forget what the actual name of this one is. The Rodecaster is the mixer. I did have a Rodecaster. But it's a Rode mic. It's fairly new. This here is really, really good. I've recorded podcast episodes using this mic, and it works really well. $100. You can probably find it for $80 on eBay. But new, I think it's 100, maybe 120. So good. It's a Zoom. Oh, I should have told you that. It's an H1 handy recorder. It's one button. Click it, record, click it, it's off. And there is some, you can do an input. So if you wanted to also record, if you wanted to plug a microphone into this and have it where you can then, be like that, you can. Or what I've done before with this is I've taken a splitter and taken two mics and poured it in here and then just record the audio on here. So there's a lot you can do with that mic. So hope that helped. KFH, something is better than nothing. Yes, this is true. Unless you already have a video on that. Yeah, it's coming. That video is coming. We should have it finished up by this week. And I'm thinking beginning of next week, we should be airing that on YouTube, by the way. So if you haven't subscribed to YouTube yet, subscribe to YouTube. That way there you make sure you get these videos. Mike, from my observation, there seems to be a lot of moving parts to building a successful e-commerce business. I'm reading BCA manual now, so that might clear a lot up. I would love step-by-step listening imperative to recommended, so I don't waste time arranging the deck chairs while the ship is sinking. Yeah, I think, Mike, though, what you said there is there's a lot of moving parts to building an e-commerce business. And you are right, because there's a physical product side of that. There's inventory side of that. There's all that. That is a whole nother, it's a whole nother animal. Like logistics is a whole nother animal. And we're doing it right now. But in the other brands that we're building that are content-based brands right now without physical products, it's much simpler. So you need to almost separate that. And you have one side of the business, you have the other side of the business. But the one thing I would say, anybody selling physical products, you need to figure out who's buying this, not necessarily who you want to sell it to. You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you want to say, okay, I want to sell it to that person, but why? Why is that person buying this? And when people start with a product, a lot of times it's harder. I think you said you're in the beauty category or skincare category. So it would be like, what is the one thing that it helps with? Is it wrinkles around here? So then it would be like, can coconut oil, get rid of wrinkles in eye or on eye or around eyes or something like that? That would be a question. That's your content, right? So, but that would all lead back to your home base, which also sells, skincare stuff, right? So that's how we look at it. So don't overcomplicate it though, Mike. I don't think you have to. I think it's pretty simple. And I believe you are in BCA. So we're in there to help you, man. So if you got any questions in there specifically to your market, to your brand, post them, post them. We'll help you there. That's why we're there. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, wow. Lisa, what's up? How are you doing? I've been thinking about you actually. Thanks so much for doing these. Interested in ways I can start creating content as the reporter versus the expert in my niche. Would you recommend starting a blog or a podcast? Great question, Lisa. And what I would recommend doing, and I know that you're a good writer, so that's not going to be a problem for you. What I would say for you is I would, so what you're saying is you're interested in ways that you can start creating content as the reporter versus the expert. So as being the reporter, you're meaning that you're going to go out there, and this is what Lisa is talking about. If you guys haven't heard this kind of like reference, being the reporter is like, you're not the expert. You're just out there interviewing experts or, doing this research on other people that are experts. And then you're just distilling it down. And there's a place for that. And it's a great strategy. I would say to start, and it's funny, I just had this conversation with my 22-year-old son, by the way, who was thinking about starting a podcast because he thought that would be his best thing. And I told him, no, I didn't think it was the best thing. And here's why. You want to create evergreen content right out of the gate. A podcast is not necessarily an evergreen piece of content, even though people can still find it. Well, let me take that back. It is evergreen in the sense that it lives on. So does Facebook, right? If someone finds my Facebook page and they go through all my videos, they can go and they can binge, right? They're not going to really go, not that they won't, but they're not going to really go to iTunes and search for a podcast for crochet or crocheting or knitting, right? Like it just probably not. Maybe they will, but it's going to be a little bit more of a stretch. But we know that they're going to be on Google searching for something. So when we drop a piece of content on there as a piece of search content on Google, that's what I would do. So I would start there. And I know your skill set, Lisa. I would go with it. I would like take your skill set, do your thing. I know you're good at it, and just do it. And I would not do the podcast right now. Just now, if you wanted to do both, then I would do the blog post first, and then I would do a podcast episode talking about the blog post. That's it, right? That's how I would do that. So hopefully that helped. Good seeing you, by the way. And hope all is well. Let's see here. That's awesome. A book. Yes. Yeah, we can talk about that. Standalone training in Pinterest. Yes. Okay, cool. Let me see here. I'm trying to just go through these. Okay, cool. Let's see here. Where is it? Do you have an app that houses your followers' email addresses? Well, yeah, we use Convertkit. And If you guys are interested, I'll put a little shameless plug here. Convertkit, I went all in on Convertkit, by the way. I've switched all my stuff over to Convertkit. That's the only thing I'm using now. I was using Infusionsoft, Activecampaign, ClickFunnels. Like I've used them all. I'm down to Convertkit now. And the reason is their deliverability is really good and they're very, very simple to use. And they basically give all of the features that you would need, especially if you are a small business, but even if you're a big business, there's a lot of capability there for you. So if you're interested in grabbing a free trial, they actually have a free account now that you can set up with 500 email subscribers. If you go to theamazingseller.com/ConvertKit, and you sign up through my link, you will buy me a cup of coffee, but I'll give you, if you send me an email, scott@theamazingseller.com, I will send you some free resources. We've put together some free resources, and it's really like some email copy that you can model, some sequences. We call it the Audience Accelerator. So I'll give you guys that if you go through the link and you send me over, just send me over an email letting me know that you did. What was the name of the lower level ad program you mentioned? Oh, Ezoic ads. Ezoic. And then there's Mediavine, and then there's AdThrive. And again, guys, let me know any topics you guys want me to talk about. I heard Pinterest. I heard creating a book, audio book, digital book. You guys let me know. What do you want to focus on here on some of these upcoming Ask Scott? Ask Scott. No, it's not Ask Scott on this one. That's Fridays for the podcast. It's the coffee talk. Justin, I will get the audio too so I can listen to it when I'm done doing gardening. Yeah, cool. Yeah, and there is an audio. So that's the cool thing with doing a book like this, right? There's an audio version of this, right? So you have two things. You can have the written, you can have the audio. So there's different ways that we can multi-purpose that. It's using the studio. I'm not sure what that means, Jennifer. I'm sorry. Kate says, my gray hair. Yikes, camera ready. LOL. Yeah. Yeah, we know. Let's see here. When did you release the Take Action Effect? That book was released September 19th or 20th. It was my event. It was Brand Accelerator Live. I held it a secret for a year as I was writing this and putting this together with my writing coach. I hired a writing coach, and we released it at my event live on stage. It was awesome. It was epic. I'm actually going to be updating my page that this is on. I'm going to be including that full session on that page. So look for that. Anybody that does grab the book, they'll be notified when I add that video. But that's going to be the full session of when I came on stage. I did a full session building up to the release of this. And then I released this to a crowd of about 200 people. So it was pretty awesome. It's pretty epic, actually. Something I'll never forget. Let's see. You're right, Kate. Morning. This is a great coffee talk. Awesome. YouTube reference. Okay. I fly right. I think it's Karen. Have a travel blog. So stuck right now. Crazy time for airline travel. You're the best. Yeah, it is a tough time, but just think about this though. We're going to come out of this, and people now are going to want to be learning about how to be safe when traveling. What are the things you need to know when traveling now to stay safe, to, not get sick, to not get a virus, right? All of that stuff you can be building that now, setting those seeds now. Lisa, hey, thanks so much. Question was from my husband, but he's a great writer too. Family's doing great. I hope yours is too. We've been turning into these as a family over breakfast. That's awesome. Well, say hello to your husband and your baby. Again, Lisa, I was thinking about you just the other day. So I'm glad all is well. I was actually thinking about reaching out to you. Let's see here. Yes, Ezoic, Mediavine, AdThrive. Jeremy, definitely more on Pinterest would be helpful. Okay. Told you, Scott's great. Thanks, Kate. Thanks for inviting someone. It seems like, Kate, did you invite Jennifer? Is that how she got here? I'm just curious. And guys, if you would do me a favor, invite one of your friends, family member, whoever you think would get value from this, or just enjoy hanging out with us in the morning. I would love it. Just do that for me. That would be awesome. Sorry you asked about YouTube challenges and standalone program. Using the YouTube studio feels difficult to me. Yeah, they're always changing things too, but I wouldn't overcomplicate it, and I wouldn't get too crazy into all the analytical stuff. I would just create. Just be a creator. Create. Optimize the best that you can. Create. the biggest thing there is just understanding what your audience or market is looking for, and then try to create more of that. Nice. Thank you, Kate. I appreciate that. Cool. Mike has something here as a link, so I can't really open that right here. But anyway, okay, guys, we're going to wrap this up. This has went longer today, but I kind of figured that because we're going to talk about the planting seeds, and I love this, and we're going to probably go deeper. But if you guys can do me a favor, like I said, make sure that you do plant seeds, right? And think about every single piece of content is a seed that you're planting in your marketplace. And I have had content myself personally. I know many people that have had the same results. They plant a seed now, they're getting results 9 years from now, right? So everything that we do, if we do it strategically, meaning we're using a platform that can be possible. If we're posting on Facebook, it's probably not going to be found in 9 years. It could be, but it's not searchable. So you always want to think about search intent, searchable assets, okay? Blog content, meaning your website, YouTube, and then Pinterest. Those are 3 that I really, really like and that we're going to be leaning into moving forward as well. So Kate wants to know, do you do these coffee talks on the weekends? Yes, I do. I'm going to do them every day. Because for me, I'm trying to get these to where we can do them 20 to 30 minutes. But whenever there's great questions like this, it's hard for me to stop. I usually allow an hour block, but I want to try to wrap these up in 30 minutes so everyone can kind of get to it and, get out there and start crushing the day. Yep, 7 days a week. But this is what I genuinely love doing these. So I will show up as long as you guys keep showing up and you keep inviting people. All right. I want this to be our Take Action crew. All right. So that is going to wrap up this little coffee talk session. Hopefully you guys got a ton of value. Let me know in the comments, even if you're watching this later, let me know if there's something that you want me to talk about or you want me to bring up and dive deeper into. Also, if you're watching this on the replay and you're on YouTube, go right here. And if you're watching this live, you don't see it yet, but afterwards you will. There's going to be a little card up here that should appear that will take you over to the Coffee Talk playlist. That is where all of the Coffee Talks will be housed. Okay. So this way here, you'll have easy access to those. All right. So that is going to wrap up this little Coffee Talk. Thank you guys so much again. And I truly, truly appreciate each and every one of you. If I don't see you, if you don't come back, which I hope you do, have a great weekend. But I'll be back here tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern time. So make sure that you come, you bring a friend, and we'll kick off the weekend with another Coffee Talk. All right, guys. So take care, take action, and I'll talk to you soon.